Well, an odd thing just happened. Linda and I are parked out here and just surrounded by hundreds of thousands of acres of public land, and this person in a Cadillac pulls into our campsite. Well, Linda and I are down near Pioche, Nevada. It's just north of Caliente, which is northwest of Mesquite. So we're just kind of poking around out here, being very careful not to step on any rattlesnakes. But still, it's so interesting to get out here and poke around a little bit and just see what we can find. Just to be safe, I put our camp as a waypoint in here so we can at least get back to our car. That's important because it's so easy to get twisted around out here. Well, here's a piece of something. If nothing else, it's sharp stone. This is good for striking, they refer to flint and steel fires. Well, this is good for striking fire steel, so I'll give that a try this evening.
Hey, isn't it getting close to lunchtime?
I think you might be right. Why, was that your stomach I heard growling? I thought it was a mountain lion.
It's fooled me several times.
Okay.
Today, it feels like instead of lunchtime, it should be dinner time.
It's like been a long day already, right?
Yeah.
We did a lot today, that's why.
Because we were so busy yesterday and today.
And it's because we moved camp today, so that's always, I get up early in the morning before sunup and I start doing things and getting things ready, and it makes for a long day. But we're just exploring this new area.
Well, look at how beautiful this tree is with the berries on it.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
It almost looks bluish.
It does. I think that's a juniper or a cedar, right?
Yes, I think so.
I think a cedar, yeah.
Well, a juniper is a cedar.
Hey, have you ever tasted Tanqueray gin? If you taste one of those juniper berries, that's exactly what it tastes like. That's where they get the flavoring. Okay, let's make our way back. So which way is camp, Linda?
That way.
All right, let's head that way. Well, we're back. We're camped for tonight in this OHV, off-highway vehicle park. There's no one here. Probably dig out before the weekend, but should be peaceful tonight. It's just a free BLM campsite. It's really clean. So my hat's off to you, Nevada four-wheelers. You guys are doing a good job. What do you got going there?
Well, right now I'm browning the Jimmy Dean sausage. I'm not breaking it up, kind of chunking it up.
What are you making?
Spaghetti in the Instant Pot.
With Jimmy Dean sausage. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
This is the small Instant Pot, so we can run it off our batteries and our other power stations. This is only 700 watts.
Cool. Linda always brings this small Instant Pot. She uses it. I think about once a week she cooks something up in it. It may be corned beef and cabbage or spaghetti or lasagna. She's made cheesecake in that Instant Pot. I love it. What is that?
Just some garlic powder.
What else are you going to put in there?
Well, now I've got it kind of brown. I'm going to put in a cup of water. I measure water. You can also use beef broth instead of water. Just add that to that. And then you get your pasta. And let's see if I can get it right.
Is that about a half a package? Half a pound?
Yeah. And you break it up in threes and you layer it like a crisscross section. Or you break it in half.
Yeah, in quarters. Layer it in.
And layer it in like that. Then you get your sauce. You can make your own sauce because we're camping. This is much easier. And you just pour the sauce over everything. Don't mix it up. Just push the pasta down so that you know it's in the liquid. See, the sauce is covering the pasta. The pasta is laying in the liquid, either water or broth, and the ground meat or sausage, whatever you're using. Then close it off and you set it to pressure cook for about 7 minutes. It's reading 10 minutes now. I'm going to take it down. 9 is 7 minutes if you want it al dente. 9 if you want like it a little less al dente and more cooked. So I'm going to go in between and go for 8.
That's it?
And that's it. Now we just wait.
Oh, cool.
It'll come up to pressure. And then when it's up to pressure, then it'll do its 8-minute cooking.
Okay, so it'll actually take longer than 8 minutes because it's got to come to pressure first.
Right.
And then 8 minutes.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But it's all done in one pot. And then, well, you'll see. Should be good. Okay, it should be done now. Hit cancel, turns it off. And make sure that does. Release some steam. Smells good.
Does smell wonderful. That didn't take long at all.
No, and then I made a salad with some greens and cucumber and tomatoes.
Wow, I wasn't even counting on that. Thank you, Linda.
When this button falls back down, it's safe to open it. This button. I gotta admit, the first time I saw an electric pressure cooker, I was like, what? But you know what? They're great. Because I've been cooking on a pressure cooker, with a pressure cooker for a long time, since the girls were little. Okay.
The button stayed down. Means all the pressure's gone.
Just watch out for the steam. And it's bubbling. And you just mix it up.
Ooh, okay, I'm hungry. Is there pie?
There, look at that.
Well, that does look fantastic, Linda. Good job. Yeah. I think the key ingredient here is the Jimmy Dean sausage, right?
Right. And me.
That was so good. And just so you know, the spaghetti came out perfect al dente. Not soggy like you'd think in a pressure cooker. It just doesn't stay in there that long. It cooks it really fast. Nice. The thing about flint and steel is it doesn't have to be flint. It can be chert, agate, quartz, even a piece of thick glass that's broken so that it has a sharp edge on it. And the steel needs, I made this out of a file, but the steel needs to be high carbon steel, pretty hard stuff. So you can use a file, or you can use a hardened piece of high carbon steel. Even the back of a good high carbon knife will do it, although I haven't had too much success with that myself. I do have an old late 1800s hunting knife, And it's like a butcher knife, and it's all nicked on the back from being used with the flint and steel. When you make a spark with flint and steel, it's not the rock that's sparking. The rock has to be hard enough to shave pieces off this high carbon steel, sharp and hard. That's how it works. So the sparks you see are actually the steel. A key ingredient is char cloth. And you make char cloth out of like 100% jersey, like t-shirt material, 100% cotton, I mean. And it's even made out of, you can do it out of deer hide, things like that. Or you can use rotted tree stump, that pithy rotted pieces that you can break up in your hand. And you put them in a box like this, a metal box, and then you'd put that in a fire. And that would char it. So you make basically charcoal, you know, or char cloth. So I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to make char cloth. Now the thing about char punk and char cloth is when you lay them on top of the stone here and you spark like this, it'll catch that spark and immediately start glowing like a little briquette, like a little charcoal briquette. And then basically you've got fire. All you need to do is just stoke that up until it burns something. We're going to do that too. So basically we're going to take this tin, we're going to drop in that punk wood. This is just some black t-shirt, it's not charred yet. 100% cotton, we're going to throw that in there. This is an Altoids tin with a hole punched in the top, just right there. We're going to throw this in a fire and smoke's going to come out through that hole, and when the smoke stops, it's done. You could also do this on top of your kitchen stove, but don't let your wife catch you. Okay, you can see we ended up with char punk, those pieces up in the upper right hand corner, and char cloth, both ready to light a fire. Well, the way you use char cloth is different than the way you use char punk. Taking some of that I made. To use a char cloth, you would lay it on top of your flint or your stone. You lay it right on top, like a toupee, and then you strike down on it until you get a spark that lands on top. Like that. So now I've got it glowing. And then you saw how Linda started the fire with that. But what if it's char punk? That's different. It's a lot harder to take a little piece of char like this and hold it on top. You can do it. People do this. And strike it this way. But this is hard to hold. But it can be done. little difficult. So here's my char punk, except one fresh piece in there, doesn't matter. But the way you use this is to hold the stone and strike down on the steel. You see the sparks going in, and you would keep doing that until you see a spark take. You'd get an ember going in here, and you would lay your bird's nest material on top of that, then you'd blow on it. Basically get the whole thing going, but when you close the top again, it smothers it out, and you can use it a few times before you need to replace the punk. Now the punk comes from rotted tree stumps. Punk wood is just rotted wood, like this. I hope you guys enjoyed that part of this video. We didn't always have matches and cigarette lighters and things like that. For hundreds of years, it was flint and steel. And then before that, probably friction fires. I know the Native Americans and in other places, they had methods of, once they got an ember going, they had ways of containing it so that they could carry it for 8 or 10 hours to get to their next campsite or whatever. Life wasn't always easy by being able to strike a match or flick a bic, you know what I mean? Anyways, you should try this. What else are you going to do while you're sitting around your campsite? You can order flint and steel kits. I'll leave an Amazon link or something down below this video. I'll try to find one for you and leave a link. It's a lot of fun. Give it a shot. Well, this is a fine predicament I've gotten us into.
Yeah, it's you, all on you. But according to my app here, there should be a little Y in the road that we can turn around and head back.
Let's go look for it. Yeah, we turned off the road and passed a couple of nice campsites, but always looking for something better. I came down a little further and now I'm driving in the bottom of a wash. So we're just looking for a spot to turn around. It's not soft though, so we're not sinking in or nothing. It is a road, but it's all washed out.
Yeah.
Try to clear this tree with the trailer. Yeah. Not good. Just another Gonagain adventure. Oh, is this the road that I'm supposed to turn around on? Okay, I can do this. Let me get out and check it out.
Oh my.
Okay, so the place where I was going to turn around is this. Now I can make it up this, but I can't back and fill through here. The trailer won't. This is a real high. So I got to see if I can go up this and maybe turn around up here.
We're gonna see how Rick does this, getting up that embankment and up on this road and then turn around right here. So let's see. Well, that didn't look too bad. You can keep going. Okay, that's good. Woo, he did it.
Well, okay, now let's go back to one of those first campsites we saw. They'll do just fine. Well, now you can see why we drive a short single action trailer. It's because we always get in those situations where we have to turn around and it's really tight. So every time Linda and I think about, oh gee, a bigger trailer would be nice, it's like, it just wouldn't work for us personally. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back in there. I'm gonna have to back in. Linda's standing back in there.
Okay, he's gonna try and back it in there around that tree. We found the spot that will get solar and shade for us to sit in, so seemed like the perfect spot. So far so good. He's got to go around that tree on the right.
Well, this is where we ended up. Now we just got to go make camp. We're tucked into the trees pretty good, kind of sheltered, which is good because we're expecting high winds over the next 2 or 3 days and rain starting day after tomorrow. So I think we're just going to stay here. It's nice and sheltered, and there's a lot of places to explore. There's all these hills and valleys. This is going to be fun. We've been looking for a spot where we could spend some time, and I think this is it. A few days anyway. First thing I want to do is put the light on top of the engine here to stop the rodents from making nests in here. Well, an odd thing just happened. Linda and I are parked out here and just surrounded by hundreds of thousands of acres of public land, and this person in a Cadillac pulls into our campsite. There's so many places they could have gone, and they got out and took off walking their dog. I've never seen anything like that before. Pulled into somebody's campsite, and when we're surrounded by I mean, this is just nuts. So I'm not exactly sure how to handle this. I don't want to come down on her for anything. Linda says it was a woman and a dog and in a Cadillac. I think maybe they were driving down the highway and the dog maybe had to get out, go for a run or something. But there was plenty of places to stop before you got to here. Really odd behavior. I wonder what the license plate says. It's a Nevada plate. That don't mean anything. Las Vegas is in Nevada. I would never think of doing something like that to somebody, pulling into their campsite like that. Huh. Well, she didn't come from that way. She had to come from this way and turn around into here. Because behind us, we were there. That's where we turned around earlier today. When somebody's camped out in the middle of nowhere, the last thing they want is company. You don't pull into their camp spot, especially when you're surrounded by like several million acres of nothing. So I don't know. I don't trust this person. Well, it just occurred to me, why is this woman doing this? She got out of the car and they immediately walked deep into the bush. Where is she going? There's nothing here.
She had a dog with her.
But what is she doing? Real strange. I mean, Linda and I are okay, but when you're out in the, people don't camp in the middle of nowhere because they want somebody around. You don't know who you'd be pulling up next to.
And if I was that person, I wouldn't pull up to somebody's camp in the middle of nowhere because she doesn't know.
That's what I meant. You know, she doesn't know who we are. So now it got me thinking, why did she do this? And is something else going on? Now we don't know. I hope she's all right. Because now I'm concerned for her because this was really weird. Well, she came back and Now she got out of her chair and she's hanging out. And I talked to her a little bit. I told her, I says, it's really strange for you to come out and just park in somebody's camp space, you know. And she said that she comes out every day and walks her dog out here. She's a middle-aged woman. You can tell she's not quite all there. And, you know, it didn't make a lot of sense, but dangerous for her and very uncomfortable for us. And I don't care if you do come out here every day. There was plenty of places to stop on this road where she could have just pulled over her car. But she says she comes here every day. She says she'll be back tomorrow. At least we know what to expect. But she's right here in our campsite. It's like, maybe I ask her if she wants a cup of coffee or something. I find it very rude, though. Extremely rude. And I wish she wasn't here. Nice dog, though. Well, that was certainly strange. She just left. I mean, we could have been bad people, you know? Yeah. And frankly, people that like to camp by themselves, maybe they're not so right either, you know? Yeah, we're all a little crazy, aren't we? Yeah, she said she'd be back tomorrow. I asked her when she got her chair out and sat down, I says, would you like a cup of coffee or maybe a cold drink or something? She goes, oh no, I'm fine. So weird.
And she says she had it's like a schedule. She says she's here every day for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, after an hour and a half, she left.
We thought about moving, but we got a storm coming in, and Linda and I picked this spot on purpose. And let me tell you, it's remote.
A Cadillac.
And you saw the road we were on, so oh well. I guess we'll see her tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe we should ask her name tomorrow.
Yeah, might as well get to know her.
Might as well.
Well, looking back after the fact, it's obvious to us she was treating us like we were in her spot because she went there every day. And I can kind of see how a person would act like that, but it didn't make any sense to us at the time, especially when she got out of her car and took off into the bush. One thought that went through our mind was she there to commit suicide? I mean, and then her dog running around in the sagebrush where the rattlesnakes are, I was worried about her dog too. There was so many things that just weren't right about that. But we were very nice to her, and like I said, we offered her coffee or a cold drink, and we just expected her to come back. She didn't come back again after that. We were there for several more days and she didn't show up again, so we were ready to make friends if she did, though. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we do need you to subscribe, so please do. We'll see you around.